Ready to roll?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think Harvey's huge. He's nervous. He's like 6'7", 320 pounds. And when Nasir sees him, you can tell like something's wrong. And Nasir says, "Harvey, what did you do?" He said, "Well, I wanted to make sure I could keep myself safe in case you guys bailed on me. And I also wanted to make sure I had something to offer." And Nasir says, I made it real clear your skills were what you had to offer. Your knowledge, your understanding of how Panopticon works, your understanding of how things can, how we can deal with possessions and help people who have been possessed by paranatural. And he goes, yeah, but that might not be enough. So I grabbed a slasher. I was all right. Sean, you were about to say something.
No, just I don't interrupt.
He says, tell me exactly what you did. And like Harvey starts talking about how, like, you know, he says it in this, he says like, I grabbed this slasher entity that is like Jason Voorhees made real and put him in my body because that is what I am scientifically good at and know how to do, and kept him there even though it's clearly changing my body as a bargaining chip for when I talk to you guys. And he's saying this like, oh, I stole a bunch of money. And like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just saying it like it's like the most mundane thing ever. And while he's doing it, his huge, meaty hand is like reaching towards a kitchen knife and like pulling it out. And he has no idea he's doing that.
Right. He's like, I've got this totally under control.
Yeah. And like, I think like Nasir pulls his weapon. He pulls his service revolver.
I try to like slow Nasir down from getting it all the way out. And I say, Harvey, put down the knife.
What knife?
I kind of like nod down to his hand.
Yeah. And I think like he didn't just grab the knife, like he grabbed the cleaver, right?
Right.
Like he just grabbed like it might not be the most dangerous knife, but it's just like
it looks the most dangerous.
Yeah. And he's like, oh no. I'm so sorry.
Let go of it? Can you drop that?
No.
You can't.
He's like, oh, I didn't even know I picked it up. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, Harvey. I really wish you had trusted Nasir. We do just want you for your knowledge. We really don't want what's inside of you. I really don't want what's inside of you to turn you into a homicidal killer. So I want you to just keep listening to my voice. Keep looking at me. Try and keep control. And I'm going to try and take this knife out of your hand real gently, real gingerly. And you just think happy thoughts about not cutting me up into tiny pieces, okay?
Yeah, I think
this is your specialty.
Yeah, right. So I think we need 2 rolls. I think I just rolled Harvey's control.
Yeah.
So I'm going to roll a d20 to see if he can keep it together. That's him. But I think like you need to make a dex roll to just like calmly pry that knife out of his hand.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, my strong suit. Yeah. Oh, holy shit. I did it. I got a 5.
Nice.
Judith with her 6 decks.
Nice.
I'm in Mad Dice if you want to. I don't care. I mean, if you want to use the same die roller.
Yeah, I'll
get you the link.
Yep. Thank you.
Link and put it in that. Oh no, that's not the right link. Linkity link.
It's a cool link though.
Yeah. It's a good session.
Cool. Yeah, he gets it right on the button.
Okay.
So I think he's like he's just holding it together. And
Yeah, and I think the good thing about a cleaver. There's a lot of bad things about a cleaver, but the good
yeah,
thing about a cleaver is that the bottom of it is not sharp, right? It's sharp along the
right.
edge, and so I kind of just cup his hand with my hand gently, and I keep talking to him, and I just slide my hand under the blade, and I start trying to get my hand underneath it where it's going to be a dull part, and gently prying his fingers open. Of course, Judith has a weird back injury and her hands are kind of shaky at best. And this is
Right.
terrifying. So it's not, oh, everything's totally cool. It's okay. It's going to be all right. And she's mostly just trying to keep her voice calm as her hands
Yeah.
are not behaving as she would like them to. But amazingly, I made my dex check. So
Yeah. You pull that cleaver out of his hand just like calmly, and he like is holding it together. He's holding it together, and you realize that, like, a couple days ago this guy was 5'10", 160, and now
he is physically grown as well. Yeah.
he has hulked.
Yeah. So his shirt like doesn't fit right,
His shirt doesn't fit right. His skin doesn't fit right. Like,
yeah.
he looks, it is not butter stretched over bread. It is something much worse than that.
Right.
Sorry,
Harvey,
Bilbo.
Yeah. Harvey, when we get you out of here, you're going to be able to remove this thing, right? This is your specialty. You know how to exercise these things. You can walk us through it.
Yeah. He picks up a bag that has like a bunch of 3-ring binders in it.
Great.
He's like, I've got notes.
Great. Okay. Well, let's try and get you safely home without you killing any of us, and we'll call that good. All right, Harvey. Here's the people I saw when I came in your building, and I described the kind of whoever I saw in the lobby, et cetera, et cetera. Do those all sound like your neighbors?
Yeah. Do you want me to kill them?
No, I don't. I wanted to know
sure?
Yep, 100%.
Okay.
I'm 100% sure I do not want you to kill them.
Yeah. Nasir does not like Nasir is like, this is not the guy. Like, you could tell by his like reactions that like this is not the guy I've been talking to for like and like preparing for this.
Yeah.
Right. Like, he's like, oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So if you ever have the instinct,
yeah. So go ahead.
I was just saying, if you ever have the instinct and you think the most appropriate thing to do in this moment would be to kill someone, I want you to take a breath. I want you to like breathe in for a few seconds, breathe out, and just not do that. That's what I'd like you to try.
So, okay. I got it together. Yeah, I think you like get him to the car.
Great.
And Dean looks to you for guidance. I think he's like,
yeah. So I open up the back seat of the car and I tell Harvey to get in the back seat, and then I'm going to get in the back seat with him.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to try and strangle any one of us from behind.
Yeah.
And I say, Agent Dean, did you see anything untoward while we were up there? Any movements? Any suspicious movements?
It's like, we're looking Like a normal Tuesday morning in Boston.
Great. Well, this is Harvey. He's he's got a passenger along with him who is exceedingly violent, and Harvey's just going to try and keep it cool, keep it calm. But I'm going to sit back here with him and help him do that.
All right. Nasir, why don't you get in your car and we're going to follow your lead. You've got friends here. Why don't you take us to a friend who can help us? And he says, yeah, I'll make some calls so we can make sure that Harvey lands right. We're going to find you the perfect space, Harvey. And
out of character, does the Bureau have a Boston office or an office closer to Boston than wherever I'm from?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And so I think Nasir texts you that he knows a coven near here, and he just hopes they can help. And it's about an hour and a half out.
I text him the cross finger emoji, and and I try to keep Harvey talking about what he knows and not let his mind wander to murderous thoughts. So I ask him, questions about his life and his family and other sort of banal, so what do you know about Panopticon, or what do you know about paranormal entities?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, I think the moment that we need some roles is Nasir leads you out of Boston into into the rural areas of Massachusetts. And you are headed down a dirt road and Harvey starts getting edgy, and he's like, where are we going? This isn't a bureau office.
You're right. Yeah. The bureau office is much further away, and we're going to go to a place where you can hopefully relieve yourself of the passenger. We're going to take you to some people that can help you expel it. So you're safe. We're safe. Hopefully everyone's safe.
And I think a tall woman with tattoos from an array of cultures from her family background all over her face comes out on the porch. She's in a long black dress, barefoot, and I think you can feel Harvey amping up, and you can feel that this place is, some sort of holy paranatural spot for this coven,
right?
The Twilight Sisters, but you basically just brought a bomb to their house, right? And he's
agitated.
He's agitated. He's losing it. What is Judith doing?
I the woman's sitting out there, and I say, Harvey, I'm gonna go talk to that. And then I think she realizes, like, oh no, he is not going to be okay. We've stopped, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, okay, Harvey, let's get out of the car and get you some fresh air. And I'm gonna kind of, look to Dean in the rearview mirror, like, watch yourself. And what I want to try is get out of the car, tell the woman, so sorry, just 1 second. I've got someone who's got car sick, and like basically like ask her to wait a moment while I try and calm him down outside. So I'm gonna go over to his door, open it up, and be like, Harvey, why don't you come out and we'll just take a little walk down the road, like away from where we've arrived, like just on this country road, just give him catch a breath of fresh air. Mostly I want him to not do immediate violence to anyone that is nearby.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. What is it that you say that helps him hold it together? Like, what is it that you're like, oh wow, this is it. This is the vein. Like there's some piece of him that if you get him talking about it, you realize that like this is the thing.
Yeah. Well, I've been asking him about his personal life and like his interests and his family for the last hour. So I feel like I know that he is a big opera fan. And unless you have another personal detail.
No, that's great. I really like kind of threw you in the deep end on that question, so I apologize. But
yeah, it's so I am going to I'm going to tell him about an opera that I had seen, the Carmen, because it's one that Sean can think of right now, and tell him about the production, what I could recall of it, and ask him if he has seen it. And I think on the road, maybe he told me he had seen it multiple times. And I'm like, oh yeah, Harvey, remember you were telling me, tell me about your favorite not episode, but the favorite time, your favorite instance of seeing Carmen.
Yeah.
Try to get him talking about the opera, which I know it's something he cares about.
Yep. Yeah, I think you bring him down, and he talks about seeing Carmen and what beautiful art it was, and how moving it was, and it just made him happy to be in the world, and you can like literally see his like physical form. He stopped swelling.
Nice.
Like he was just getting bigger.
Nice. Yeah.
And I think you come back towards the house, and the woman says, "Hi, Harvey. I know I come off as a little imposing, but I'm just a friendly middle-aged gal. My name is Sky Solomon. I'm a witch, and this is my house. I live here with my sisters. And if you can hold things together, you're welcome to come in. But I'm going to need some promises." And he says, "Okay." She says, I was thinking, I'm an MD and I've got anesthesia. So I was thinking of putting you under. And he says, that's a great idea. That's exactly what you should do. And he says, oh, she says, okay, can you get, I've got a table in the back. This house used to be a vet clinic for the farmers. And me and my sisters bought it, and we use it as a hospital for people in our community who get hurt. Do you think you can get on that table for me? You're a big guy. I can't really lift you. I don't think any of us can. He says, yeah, I can do that. And yeah, I think you through a bunch of solid rolls and decent, problem solving. Yeah, she puts him under.
Nice.
And
I think Judith like unclenches her shoulders for the first time in the last several hours. She's like,
Nasir, have you? I think like as soon as he's under, and like she takes his pulse and like does all his readings, and she looks up at Nasir and says, "Have you not seen a fucking horror movie for the past 30 fucking years, Nasir?" He says, "Sky, I didn't know what else to do, and I fucking panicked, and I am sorry." She says, "You brought this fucking misogynist man bomb to my fucking house. This is something that can kill everyone you love, and just walking around slowly." He says, "You're right. You're right. But who else? Where else was I supposed to go? I was downtown Boston. Can you imagine what would have happened?" She says, "Yeah, I can imagine, Nasir."
Sky, I'm Judith, and Nasir was acting on my behalf. I needed to extract this man, and we only found out just when we met him that he had. She sort of gestures in his direction. I thank you very much for your help, and please don't blame Nasir. He was doing his job for me. If you want to be mad at somebody, I'm the one to blame for this. Can you and will you help him?
So I've never seen anything like this. He has used medical science and arcane arts to lock a murderous spirit into his body.
Yep.
Good news is it can't get out. It's not going to get out into any of us. The bad news is it exists and it's in him. So every moment he breathes is us having faith in him being able to keep this thing in check.
Do you know any way of caging, dampening, destroying this thing that's inside him?
Yep. We increase.
Do you know any way that doesn't involve killing Harvey?
She says no. She says it will be, if he put this thing inside himself on purpose, this will be a really humane way to go. He just won't wake up. Nasir says, wait. This has been a lot of work to get him this far. Come on, Sky. She says, I'm sorry about your career options, Nasir.
Nasir, your promotion or lack thereof upon this, but this man made a very bad mistake, but he has not done anything that justifies us taking his life. We are not in immediate peril. Well, that's not true. We are in immediate peril, but we have an opportunity here. He said he knows how to remove this thing. Unfortunately, we just knocked him out, but we do have a lot of his notes germane to this. Nasir, how familiar are you with Harvey's work? And like, I hold up the plastic shopping bag full of binders.
Nasir says, I'm good at talking to people who are in bad situations and bringing them in.
Great. Okay, you're going to stay on talking to Harvey. If he wakes up, you keep him calm. I am going to try and research a solution from his notes. Sky, is it okay if we stay here, or would you like us to try and haul this unconscious giant man back into that car and drive away? I'm not putting a bullet in him unless that is our last and only option.
She writes down the names of like you know, the of a bunch of organizations in this rural Massachusetts town that need help and support. And she's like, the rent for psychopathic slasher storage for the federal government, my rates are this. And she like writes those names and writes a long number and slides it across to you and says, the executive directors of all of these organizations are friends. When they tell me that they have all of that in their accounts, we'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I'm going to set up operations in this vet room, and that's going to include getting you this money, and you can do all of that. But I'm going to bring my 2 agents in here, and if you can help us, are willing to help us, that would be great. And if you want to be far, far away from any of this, I understand that as well. But I'm going to need to set up an operations room in here to even make this happen. And I hold up the paper.
Yeah. She says, I'm not going anywhere. This is my home. Great.
So in the next, 15 minutes or so, this room, a few things in this room happens. A laptop is set up on a desk. Dean and myself are both on phones calling back to the Monolith and specialists. I have asked that the Harvey be strapped down in case he, gets back to consciousness, and we have, him tied down. That's the sort of like montage a bit, I imagine, going through. And then, I have conveyed to Janet the amounts and the people that the money needs to go to, and then asked her to transfer me to, oh boy, hold on. I know who I want to talk to. I want to talk to the person who was formerly the archivist, and I know who that is. If I could look up my notes. The Weaver? No, not the Weaver. The archivist? Yeah, it is the archivist. Okay, I was right. I wasn't sure. It was formerly the intern. Yes, right. The archivist formerly Barrow. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Desmond. Yep. You got it. And yeah, so I've got, I've got Dean taking photos of I've got Dean on his phone taking pictures of the notes and uploading them to the Monolith, and as they're being sent, talking to the archivist and seeing if what they know about finding some vessel to hold this psychopathic monstrosity inside Harvey.
Yeah.
And a means to, convey it.
Yeah, she reads it over as it's like emailed to her. She's probably the only creature who could, the only creature who could like just take this in so fast.
Right. That's why I was like, well, she had incredible processing capabilities, like to just, yeah.
And she says, "You're in dire danger. I want to just make it very clear that you are on the knife's edge here. Has any part of his body touched a weapon?"
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But he did set it down, sort of. He let me take it from him.
Okay.
It was actually a knife.
So while he's sleeping, the spirit is mostly in that limb. You're going to need to remove the limb and put it in a cooler with ice.
Okay.
And then I want you to watch him and see if he shrinks back to his normal size.
Okay. That's our choice. That's our option. That's the humane choice. All right. Sky, you said this was a vet's office. I need a bone saw.
Nice. Yeah, she has it. Absolutely.
All right. I want you to give him as much sedative as you think is possible that will not outright kill him. Because I have a feeling the moment I start this process, he is going to wake up, and I want him as drowsy and as sleepy and as weak as possible. And I think we need to strap him down as best we can, because there's not any time to wake him up and say, "Relax, Harvey, I'm just going to cut off your arm. It'll be okay." Maybe someone else could hear that. He is not in a place to hear that.
Sky says, "I'm all for consent, but once this asshole put this thing in him, a lot of things went off the table."
Yeah. Speaking of going off the table, my plan is to tourniquet the ever-loving shit out of his arm so that when I cut it off, he doesn't bleed out. And
Sky says, "I've got you."
Great.
You should also probably wash your hands. And she like hands out masks.
Yeah.
I think like she also takes like a Sharpie and draws a protective circle on the masks too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, smart. I think Sky is going to be helping me with the amputation. Nasir, I need you to be there and be a friendly face if he wakes up, and just try and keep him calm until we finish it. Well, keep him from rampaging and killing us all. I don't think calm is really an option. And Agent Dean, I need you to be ready to end the threat if we can't contain it.
He looks at Sky and says, "I bet you have a shotgun in here somewhere." And she says, "Of course, I'll get it for you." And yeah, she brings out an old Ithaca shotgun. And yeah, make a control roll. I think this is a real interesting.
Sounds good. I mean, I barely succeed.
Nice.
One away.
Yeah, I think he loses a lot of blood, and there are moments there's a lot of beeping, and you've got to, they've got to do some clipping, and there's some arterial issues, but you put this huge arm from a 6'7", 320-pound serial killer into a
Ice chest.
fucking igloo ice chest
Yep.
that people use for picnics and beers. And you watch Harvey shrink down to a 5'10", 160-pound guy.
Maybe 150 pounds now.
Yeah, you're right. Barely is the bureau standard. Yes. I think Nasir definitely vomits at some point during this.
Oh yeah. I imagine Harvey wakes up in the middle of it because I can't fathom him not, and there's a lot of trying to calm him down and shouting and panic.
Sure.
That's that, and yeah, and Judith is just literally drenched in sweat by the time she drops that saw onto the ground.
Yeah.
Desmond gave the suggestion of bagging our shoes as well, but I don't think it happened. I think
It's just a
Judith's
mess.
sensible flats are just covered in.
Yeah, and I think
blood.
it's a tile floor with like a drain. So like,
Oh
it's
yeah, I
just
mean it's a
it's just
vet's
a hose.
office, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like blood is not uncommon here, I'm sure.
yeah. And yeah, I think the box gets closed, and Sky puts some runes on it and says, I think, a helicopter has landed on her property. She, and she says, I'll expect the money to be put in those accounts.
It's happening now. First thing I did was put my very, very capable administrator in charge of it. And I reach out a hand that has been washed since doing the amputation, but probably still has a little bit of blood on it because it's hard to wash it all out. And I reach out my hand to shake her to see if she'll say.
So I imagine like Sky Solomon not only having the most awesome random name I've ever rolled up in the history.
That's a dope ass name. Yeah.
It's a dope ass name. I in my head, she is played by like a very tattooed and a very tattooed Margaret Killjoy, who I just listened to on a podcast. So yeah, I think yeah, she shakes your hand and says, never bring anything like this to my front door ever again.
That is a promise I can make. I will lose your number from my Rolodex if you so desire. I don't ever want to darken your doorstep. This was not the plan, and I appreciate you helping us out just the same.
And like, she nods, and then like as you're walking out the door, like towards the helicopter, and like there are agents like moving the case and the body, and she like, I think she like walks out and like, ducks in and like sticks her head in the helicopter and says, if it's a choice between letting something like this out or calling me, call.
Judith nods.
I don't think there's any good that can be done in that building that you're in. I'm not convinced.
Is
Good luck.
are we like in the helicopter, the
Yeah.
blaze going, it's really
Yeah.
loud,
Oh,
and so
it's
we're
like it's
yelling?
loud. You're screaming in each other's ears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so yeah, she's yelling. So she's like, she was about to put like the earmuffs, the noise dampening earmuffs on. She pulled, you know, she's taking them. They're hanging around her neck, and she says, "I'm not sure there's any good that can be done about the situation that we're in, but I am trying to stop bad from happening. I'm not sure if that's the same thing, but there's a lot of things that could have been a lot worse, and there's a lot of people working very hard to stop those from happening."
She
Yeah.
like gives a non-committal gesture and
Yeah.
like slams the door. And
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Judith has the hubris to think that she's like turning this organization around, or even that she
oh
knows how to do good right now.
yeah
It's like I'm
yeah.
putting out fires. You know,
Yep. No, I get it. I get it. Awesome.
nice,
That was
sweet.
fun.
That was very cool. Yeah,
I thought I was gonna do a lot more violence
you,
to these characters. There was just the roles were hot
I
tonight.
know, I know. I think every roll, which amazing. One of them was a dex check. My dex is 6, but my
Oh
control.
shit.
Yes, my dex is terrible. My control is 17, so it's, you know. I honestly was like, "Oh, he's gonna make a strength check to cut this thing off," and I was like, "Okay, I'll try that. It was fine." I would have
No, I
failed
think
that.
no, I think I think that was like, I mean, I think it's surgery. It's control. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is a statistical, there's a mechanical. I mean, I just rolled these 3d6. 17 on 3d6 is insanely rare.
Right.
But honestly, of all stats for a administrator of the bureau, I think having very high control compared to very mediocre other stats is probably actually sensible. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking that. I mean, not like I had any choice in the matter, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think Judith spends a good portion of the helicopter ride just looking at the igloo container that, you know.
Yes. Oh, it's like it's a red and white one, right? It's just
Yeah,
like the
of
most
course.
mundane fucking thing in the history of the world.
Yep.
Except in Sharpie, it's got like fucking like
Runes and shit.
modern runes on it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Desmond. That is really a lovely, really lovely. I'm so glad. I love I've played another game of Liminal Horror with another GM, and it was also with multiple players, which is, I think, tenses, and it was much more violent and just all died. And not that that has to be what happens either, but I think we play a more a slower pace and sort of thoughtful game. I was quite ready to have a car chase or some other big action scene with, but I was not prepared for the slasher inside. That was a really good twist.
Cool. Yeah, I knew he had something that like Nasir hadn't counted on.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't sure what. And I was like looking through the back of the Liminal Horror book, and there are like dead gods and all kinds of wild ass things. And I was like, no, that's not quite working. And I was like, oh, a slasher is interesting. Like that would be, yeah.
No, that was great. I love that he physically grew because of it. I love that it like made him a massive, guy.
Cool.
Yeah. Fantastic. That was great. What an awesome case file. What was that? What was that called?
There was not in the case files. That was
that was just something you made up. Oh, cool.
So yeah, it's not quite. I mean, yeah, kind of. I rolled a d6 for each of the factions like many months ago, and Panopticon was losing something, and so I was like, oh, okay,
got it.
Losing. Like, yeah. So I love the idea of like one of your agents kind of bringing in one of their analysts from the cold and like having them turn fed. And so this was mostly from those roles, those like faction roles.
As soon as you said it, I knew I was going to do it because as soon as you said like an agent coming like defecting over, I was like spy game. It's in my head. Like I have to do
Thanks.
some little cat and mouse
Oh
move.
yeah,
I have to like do
yeah,
some kind of diversion to get him out.
love
And
it.
so like I was just like, yes, I as a player and as a player wanting to respect you, didn't want to be like, okay, I'm doing that one, and just like don't talk anymore. And as a
Yeah,
character,
yeah.
Judith would hear them out, but I was like, oh yes, I'm definitely doing the defective.
So
Bringing
that
in
all said, let's see how the other ones went. I think it's just a
yeah,
straight D6 roll. Like,
yeah,
so case number 2, Agent Cassidy Hull, doing recon on Alex, call sign Holy Diver.
yes.
They've got some kind of paranatural creature in an industrial refrigerator.
Kitchen, refrigerator, freezer. Yeah,
Yeah, do you want to just make a D6 roll and see how
sure,
that shakes?
sure. All right, D6.
Case number
This
2.
is agent. What's the agent? Alex
Cassidy Hull.
Cassidy Hall.
Hull.
Cassidy Hull. I can spell Cassidy Hull. Okay. D6. 5.
Cool. Yeah, I think it went all right. There were some problems. There were some, but nothing, Cassidy took some wounds, but she brought the creature in.
Great.
Cool. I don't think she brought Alex in. I think that's like the trade-off. Cool.
The creature came in, but not Holy Diver. Yeah.
Yeah. Case number 3, Bryce Palmer going into the temporal event in the New York City subway that Sean has already played, because what a temporal event. Like that's like
I mean,
it's a loop within a loop.
It was very cool to play it, and it was very cool hearing you describe it and being like, I actually know a thing about this. So
and you know what? You told me you played it too. I totally fucking forgot. You even told me. I remember you describing the game.
Craig has said it's his favorite of all the case files, so I'm not at all surprised if you were drawn towards it. And I honestly, if I was playing with another group and I could kind of play dumb, I would do it again. But I can't if I'm the only player in the group and be like, I don't know. I would
that makes sense.
There was no way I could do it again and not not that I honestly know what to do to get through that particular one, because as far as I could tell, it's just run real fast. Otherwise, you get caught in a loop. So I don't have any like great knowledge, but I still have enough. All right, let's see how Brace does. Brace got a 3, not as good.
All right. Yeah, I think there are some complications on that one. I think we might have to revisit that one. And Bryce might have some temporal chafing or something. Like I think maybe there are some problems there. Cool. Or Bryce just never made it out. And so cool. Love it.
Nice. Sweet.
Love it. All right. Well,
thanks folks for hanging out with us. This was super fun. I love that we get together and do this when we can. It was really good stuff.
Yeah, it was nice to see Judith again.
Yeah,
cool. We'll have some more Judith action later, and thanks for coming, folks. We appreciate it.
I'm gonna do the thing where we. Oh yeah, you did the thing.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it. Thanks, folks.
Thanks
for hanging. And we'll give it a minute. Let it get a little
buffer room.
A little buffer. And I'll end it.
Sweet.